Now, Jesus had a lot to say about praying sincerely, just honestly from your gut, and simply, without trying to sound super spiritual. Let me just show you one passage. We'll come back to this. Matthew chapter 6, verse 6 to 8 is out of the famous Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus is talking about prayer. And here's what Jesus says. When you pray, don't be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray, standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by men. In other words, for them, prayer is, performance. It's performance art. Watch me pray, everybody. I'm really going to impress you with this one. Okay, get ready. Buckle up. I'm going to pray a good prayer. Here we go. And they're not praying to God. They're just showing off. He says, when you pray, don't be like hypocrites who pray just to be seen by men. I tell you the truth. They have received their reward in full. In other words, they're not going to get any more reward than that. Just the praise they got from somebody who thought they were impressed by it. I tell you the truth. He says, instead, when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. In other words, openly. And when you pray, he says, don't keep babbling on and on and on and on and on like the pagans, for they think they will be heard because of their many words. Longer is not stronger. Do not be like them. This is Jesus talking. For your Father knows what you need even before you ask. So it's not like you got to convince God. He already knows what you need. Just come to him and simply and as honestly and as humbly as you can say and talk about what you need. Now, that passage right there is literally loaded. We could spend about 2 hours unpacking it, but let me just summarize it for you. He says 3 or 4 things. He says, first, don't use prayer to show off. And we've all seen people do that. They go, I got a good one. Watch this. It'll blow everybody away. Whoo, here it comes. Okay. You knocked that one out of the park, man. Whew. Don't use prayer to show off, to impress other people. You don't get any credit for that kind of prayer, and God doesn't even listen to that kind of prayer. He says, instead, be sincere. Don't spout off cliches. And sometimes, because we're afraid of our prayers being too short, we just start adding in filler things. You don't need to add in filler. The bottom line is this next verse, Hebrews 10:22. Let us come near to God with a sincere heart and a sure faith. Okay, there are the 2 qualifications, sincerity and simplicity, sincere heart and sure faith. Sincere heart means, God, I'm not going to talk to you about what I'm not interested in. I'm going to talk to you about the way I really feel. You already know the way I feel. I just need to spout it out to you. I just need to confess it to you. I just need to talk about what I'm feeling right now. I'm upset. I'm nervous. I'm worried. I'm afraid. I'm confused. God, just talk to God about whatever you're feeling. Sincere heart and then a sure faith. We come to God with confidence. We're not afraid to talk to him. We're not embarrassed to talk to him. We're not hesitant to talk to him. We're not ashamed to talk to him. Why? He's a loving Father who loves to listen to us talk to him. He loves to listen to you more than anybody else in the entire world. And so we come to him with a sure faith. We come to it with confidence. All right? So those are the first 2 pillars. Here's pillar number 3. First, God's love for me. God loves for me to talk to him really about anything, whatever I'm interested in. And God listens to prayers that are simple and sincere and simple. Number 3, third pillar. God likes to show his grace by answering prayer. God is a good God. He's a good Father. He's a gracious Father. He's a compassionate and loving Father. And God loves to answer prayer because he gets to show what he's really like. Everything in the universe comes from the generosity of God. No one is more generous than God. And when you pray and you ask for something in prayer, you make a request or a petition, one of the words it's called, it gives God the opportunity to show what he's really like. So God loves it when you ask requests. Over 20 times in the New Testament, we are commanded to ask. Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and you'll find. Knock, and the door will be open. You have not because you ask not. If you ask anything in my name, over 20 times, if you are a child of God,